Oh, yes, I will. For all my days. Yes, I will.
Live and in person from the Sky Zone studio.
Good morning.
This is the Pulse Morning Jumpstart with Corey, Melanie, and Chuck.
It is 7:51, it's 36, and today a little mix of sun and clouds. Not bad temperature-wise, a high of 55.
Melanie, I don't know if this happens to you, but it happens to me a lot.
Okay.
Anytime there's a discussion or a question about sports from my friends, from neighborhood people, or whatever, here's the follow-up question. Well, what does Chuck think about that? Because I have access to the legend, the Hall of Famer.
Right.
And when he says that out loud to the people that he's around, what does Chuck think of that? They collectively say, who cares?
That's a lie. That is a lie from the guy who created PayPal.
Chuck knows things.
He does.
He does.
And if he doesn't,
it's amazing to me.
If he doesn't, it's also a great way we just say whatever's in my head and write it off as he said it.
Sure, why not?
What does Chuck think about that Ireland trip at football? Oh, he said it was canceled. He knows. He said it.
I'm still standing by that.
I think
it will be canceled.
So last night, basketball in the driveway, and my son says these 6 names. We're hot on the Bulls documentary.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're deep, and my nephew's in on this as well in Colorado, texting us. And so they concocted a list and literally said, what does Chuck think about this?
Okay.
You got your Magic, Bird, Kareem, Kobe, LeBron, Jordan.
Oh, my goodness.
What
an incredible list.
Have him put them in order.
Oh, how could you? I'm curious now. Yeah.
The biggest parsing for me on this was between Jordan and LeBron.
Okay.
Because they are playing in completely different eras. Okay. Michael Jordan came out of college and he was 6'6", 200 pounds. LeBron James came out of high school as a man-child. He was 6'9", I believe, 260. And yet with this incredible agility and mobility. Now, you can't take away the fact that in Jordan's career, NBA Finals, 6-0. 6-0. And but you also take a look at the talent around Michael Jordan as opposed to the talent around LeBron in the teams that he's taken to the NBA Finals. To me, it's like 1A and 1B. It's a little bit of an apples and oranges comparison. I guess I would give LeBron the slight nod over Jordan only because of the physical power that he has. But on the other hand, Jordan didn't take games off like LeBron has. Jordan was there every night. And on my list, I've got Jordan above LeBron. And as I've been talking about this, it's like they're shuffling. That's how close I think they are. But I'll put Jordan slightly over LeBron.
Okay.
Just slightly. Kobe is third in that list. And then I'm going to throw a name in there that is not in the discussion panel.
I figured
that's what Uncle Chuck does.
Yes, take one out.
And I'm going to throw Bill Russell in there.
Okay.
Bill Russell played 13 years in the NBA for the Boston Celtics. Completely different era, well before Jordan. He won 11 NBA titles.
People forget that.
Yeah.
Because he's not on a Wheaties box. He doesn't have a shoe.
And because
I don't know the name.
A lot of what Bill Russell did was defensive. He wasn't as much of an offensive force. He averaged about 15 points a game for his career, but he was such a terrific defensive player going up against a guy like Wilt Chamberlain, who was 7'2" and just this incredible, and he would thwart Wilt Chamberlain constantly. So I put Bill Russell as 4. So now it comes down on that list to Magic, Kareem, and Bird. Kareem did not start winning titles with the Lakers until Magic got there. So I'm going to put Magic in front of Kareem.
Okay.
And then I look at Magic and Bird head to head, and Magic had the advantage. Granted, they both had lots of talent around them. So I'm going to put Magic over Bird.
Okay.
So my list goes Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Bill Russell, Magic.
Oh, it's going to be so great tonight in basketball.
That is
the driveway.
great. Yeah, that's really good stuff.
And they'll go, oh, how did he come up with that list? And I'll say, well, you should go to the 46 Sports page.
Exactly.
Right.
Because
On
now it's
Facebook.
documented there on Facebook.
It
and
is.
people can throw rotten tomatoes at me and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, they're not fresh tomatoes.
Okay.
Fresh
All right.
tomatoes. Chuck Freeby does have sports on Pulse FM.
These are interesting times for college athletics, and Notre Dame athletic director Jack Swarbrick pulled back the curtain a little bit on Tuesday for some of the things that his department is handling front and center of the college football season. Swarbrick still says that he intends to have Notre Dame play Navy in Ireland on August 29th, but obviously they are working on contingency plans for that game. With many states opening things up at different times, Swarbrick also said scenarios are being examined where a conference only or a conference plus one schedule could be played. He says no matter what, he is confident Notre Dame will play a robust football schedule in 2020. Now, the pandemic is not the only thing that Notre Dame has to worry about right now, and football is certainly not the only thing. Swarbrick said Olympic sports could be hit the hardest with travel and schedule restrictions. College athletic budgets may take a big hit if the football season is altered. Meanwhile, recruiting continues, and the Irish went 1-1 on the recruiting trail yesterday. Will Shipley, a five-star running back out of North Carolina, spurns Notre Dame for Clemson. That is a decision that really hurts the Irish because they put all their eggs in the Shipley basket, and now they have to scramble, unintended, to find a top-flight running back for this recruiting class. Notre Dame did get a commitment from a very good cornerback in Philip Riley. He hails from Valrico, Florida, four-star recruit who took the Irish over Clemson, Florida State, Miami, and USC, among others. And there is some high school football news as well. New Prairie has finally filled its head football coaching vacancy, selecting Valparaiso offensive coordinator Casey McKim to take over the program. McKim has been at Valparaiso for the last 8 years, and he will be today's guest on the Sport Shack podcast, available wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you don't listen to podcasts, start. Finally, former Cubs general manager Salty Saltwell has passed away at the age of 96. Saltwell joined the Cubs as the concessions manager in 1958, and they figured, well, since you can sell peanuts and popcorn well, why don't you go ahead and trade players? That worked for 1 year as the general manager as the Cubs in 1976, and after he traded Don Kessinger and Andre Thornton, they said that's enough of that. We have sports weekday mornings at 6:50 and 7:50. Chuck Freeby, Pulse FM Sports.
This Mother's Day, you can get the plants, hanging baskets, and supplies you need to beautify your home for the summer. Vite Greenhouses is now open 8 to 8 Monday through Saturday with social distancing and COVID-19 regulations in place. And if you're high risk, Tuesday mornings from 8 to 10 are reserved for you. Or order your fresh, healthy, beautiful plants at ViteGreenhouses.com. Then pick them up with curbside pickup